Hello, you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner. Biggest club in sport. Just waiting for me to log in. How you doing, Andy lad? You all right, mate? It's like pulling teeth with Andy, isn't it, Andy? You there, Andy? Can't hear you, mate. Can't hear you, pal.
There you go.
Is that all right? Like pulling teeth with you, Andy. How are you?
There you go. About yourself. Can you hear me okay?
I'm all right, lad. Going back and forth with insurance people today, car insurance people. It's just ball like there's knobs, aren't there?
Aye.
You know, there's arseholes. But how are you? Are you all right, pal?
I'm good, thanks. Aye. Good, all sorted it. Aye.
Good man.
Just,
did you see that just now? I talked
what was
about
it?
Cobra.
Oh, telling it like it is. Brick top.
Made my day, that, you know. I won't go into
Perfect.
too much detail, but made my day, man. Yeah, because you know what? There's not many that like stand up to establishment in boxing, is there? Come on, there's too many people who've been involved in boxing and they want to hang around boxing, don't they? And pick up a few quid after they've been in boxing. And you can understand that. A lot of people are frightened to say what they're going to say. And Carl Froch is obviously not going to be bothered, is he? Because he's a very, very wealthy young man, isn't he? So he ain't going to be intimidated or bothered by any of that. He's a proper straight shooter. So I'm proud of him today, going on there today and just telling it straight. He hasn't really told the proper Calzaghe story. I've known about it for years, but he hasn't told the proper Calzaghe story. But
and he's always respectful.
Listen, mate, Bricktop, right? If you put Bricktop in court, right, with all this shower, who he's surrounded by John and Tyson, all that other lot, you line them all up and you put Usyk and Carl Froch in that lineup. Who would you believe out that shower?
Exactly. Usyk and Froch.
It's not Joe Calzaghe's fault. Joe Calzaghe was a protector fighter. Everybody in the industry knows that. That's why he got out 46-0. Protected fighter. They didn't want to fight Carl Froch, mate, because this is an harder fight than Jones and Hopkins won it then.
Yeah.
And he's at the money end of his career, and you can see that, and it's Frank Warren's job to navigate him through choppy waters, just like they're doing with Fury. Fury's not been near Usyk, has he? Because he's thinking we need Usyk to get a bit older, don't we? Like what Mayweather did, Pacquiao. But the fans don't want that now. We're not Americans or Pacquiao over there, up at water. We're UK, aren't we? And we're used to your Lennox Lewis's, your Frotchers, people like that, aren't you? Ricky Hattons and whatnot.
Yeah. My fear is that Fury's best days are slipping away. They're passing him by. And there's so much time being wasted. And we've maybe seen the best of him. And he's going to get ruined by inactivity.
I know Tyson's mindset, right? Their mindset is that what people don't understand, and this is where they've misjudged Tyson, and I think Frank Warren's misjudged him and his dad. Look, they're about money, right? They're about business. They'll tell you one thing and do another. What you have to understand, right? You know, where you have people when they go, God, I don't know how they could do that. Oh, God, you're ruthless, or brass neck on them doing that. Look, they don't have any brass neck. They only have loyalty to their own. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when people say brass neck on him, asking for 45 million when he's been offered 40, well, they know that if they don't fight, they hold all the aces anyway. He holds all the aces, doesn't he? And I think this is why you've got a bit of a change in boxing now. I'm a big statistic man and I study the game now. But if you look at Bob Arum, right, and Bricktop, they have dictated for years. Bricktop's been at it since 1980. Arum's been at it since year England won World Cup, right? So these people are steeped in boxing history from 60s to 80s. Well, old Bricktop were putting shows in its 70s when he was a young kid. So he's been around it since he was a babby, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Right? They're used to dictating like football managers used to. A football manager can't dictate now, like Cloughie or Fergie, because players have too much power, aren't they? And the power shifts now with boxer, in it. Tyson knows this, and his father will know, because they use his dad to beat the drum. Bricktop's on the back foot. You've never seen him come out like this ever. 40 odd. Have you ever seen it? 40 odd years.
Oh,
Listen, mate, I've been going through everything today, right? He's never been on the back foot like this before. He's having to come out and defend this when really, Bricktop, in here, Frank, in your heart of hearts, you know that you are being pimped out. Everybody in the boxing industry is laughing. I could show you stuff on here. But people who you think's your mates, Bricktop, you're being pimped out, and it's good to see. It's good to see because you've been pimping out guys for years. I can give you a list of people that you've done bad moves to Frank Warren, Bricktop. Yeah, Bricktop. So it's nice that you're on back foot now having some. So yeah, I'm glad that you're being pimped out and you're having to grovel to Tyson and his old man. Well done to them.
He's like a cornered snake. He's spitting venom, isn't he? He's like a snake somebody's trying to catch, and he's just
he's going into bat. He's going into bat at cricket, right? He's going into bat, right? And he needs 8 runs off last ball to say test match, and he's got a stick of licorice. So there you go. Well, how can he? It's all right laughing, mate, but how can he deflect this? How can he deflect this? He can't.
No.
How can you paper over cracks? He's having to run around wiping their PR mess up, cleaning shit up that they've left. And do you know what they'll be doing? Because they're so comical. Him and his dad and Tommy will be sat somewhere howling because they don't give two fucks about Bricktop. You think they care about him?
And when it all comes crumbling down, Bricktop's going to feel all right. Numpty, innit? He's just going to feel.
He's going to try and get hard at job what he can. He's going to try and get hard at job what he can. And I said to you all a long time ago, them two will ending up in court. So get ready. Now, Bricktop's he's on back foot because let me tell you this. If the Ongano fight doesn't happen in October, where are they then? They're a year out at game then, aren't they?
Another year wasted.
You go to WBC rules, he's got to be stripped, hasn't he, now? Surely if they go a year out, they've got to be stripped in activity.
If Bricktop doesn't watch himself, he's going to have a heart attack before they get anywhere near the courtroom.
He'll die on top anyway, won't he, when he's about 95. But he'll be... Listen, have you seen the state of him and Aram lately? Furies have done that to them, Bricktop's in his head's even bigger. Aram is like Dr. No, isn't he? Have you seen him in that little zipper thing? He's going, hey, I'm telling you now that they've been put through Mincer. And they've even wheeling out that toddler buff now. Let me tell you this about him, shall I? It's his stepson, isn't it?
Right.
He's been with Mother years, hasn't he? Let me just say this. They never wheel him out because toddler buff don't like doing that kind of thing. They never wheel him out unless there's a problem. They've wheeled him out because they've got a PR problem. That's what they've got. They've got a massive problem. But what I'm not seeing any interaction with Bricktop or Aram, are we? And Furies.
No.
Not since Tommy left him. Listen, get ready because they're all going to be at it. And I'd be surprised if this happens. If it happens, brilliant, but I'd be surprised if it happened because we're talking rest of July, August, September, and you've got October, haven't you? A bit of October. Listen.
Yeah.
Come on, look at it. Are you telling me they're going to go through with this and risk the public turning on them?
Yeah.
They're not going to do that, are they?
Too much.
If they do, they don't give a hoot about boxing fans. But what they'll do, they'll shoot the sends in foot because, boxing fans, right, they put up with a lot. But also, in here, they're still British. And they know what's right and wrong. And you know what? This ain't right for boxing fans, right? If it were football, there'd be riots on the street. So why should we fucking put up with it? You know what I mean? So I'm making...
I think he should have been fighting Martin Bacoli. That's who I thought.
I know as well. Do you know Martin Bacoli? He'd done that Olympic gold medalist and everybody swept him away like he's a Luis Ortiz. He's like a bogeyman, isn't he? They're not give him no respect. Martin McCulley. Dylan White wouldn't even come down them stairs to get would he?
Couldn't get away quick enough.
Man, anybody who wants it can get it. As long as they're over 42 with COVID.
Just out the hospital bed.
Listen, Martin McCulley's got a good mandatory route. He's got to get his head down and do it that way because he doesn't sell a ticket. He's not very engaging, but he's got stability. He's like a Louis Ortiz, a bogeyman, isn't he? So I feel for him.
And he's Scottish. He's another Scottish.
He's Nigerian or Cameroon, isn't he?
I think he is. But I think he lives in Scotland. He's trained by Billy Nelson, isn't he? Billy Nelson's his...
Hey, listen, let me tell you this. My mate John Anthony Village, when he were a boxer, he'd been on cruiserweights. He fought Callum Johnson, didn't he? Cruiserweights.
Right.
John used to eat one meal a day when he were a cruiserweight. Do you know what it were? Haggis.
Haggis.
Well, Bruce Woodcock used to have pub a couple of doors up from John's house, and I think John got it for the idea from Bruce. You know, from Bruce, because he was heavyweight, wasn't he? A champion back in Michigan, Commonwealth European champion. I think he had a win over a world title. He fought somebody in front of 70,000 people. My granddad told me at White City.
All right.
But Bruce used to eat haggis and that, and that's what they had in old days. There were none of this nutrition like you get now, were they? They used to 20 rounds, didn't they?
Real food. I love haggis. Haggis is good. I love it. It's beautiful.
There's a lot of goodness in it, isn't there? That, do you know what I mean? Yeah. They advise you to eat it.
It's a delicacy, really. Yeah.
But it's a delicacy. But no, I thought it was in bad taste. The brick top interview the other day with Adam Cattrall, and this whole Fury on Garno thing, it's took on a life of its own because Tyson's a massive star now. But if they go through with it, I think they'll shoot the censored foot. But personally, I don't think it happens.
Nah, I thought Adam Cattrall done well. I thought he spoke well. If only he'd said Martin Bacolli, I'm shouting to say Martin Bacolli, you know. But he did mention a couple others, didn't he?
Well, look, there's that Sanchez at number 4 and that Makhmudov number 5. They haven't been in touch with them, and I'd assume they take the fight. I mean, who wouldn't want to fight the heavyweight champion of the world? You're going to get paid millions. So you've only just got to go down the list. They haven't gone down the full 15. They've only done a couple.
Nah. And so there's no shame getting beat by the best, is there?
No, you've got to look at it like this, though. Right? There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, a lot of bluff and counter bluffing, and I think this is with a company that nobody even knows who these people are, do we?
No, they've just sprung out of nowhere, eh?
They're sprung out of nowhere. Look, do you think? Listen, mate, I don't believe it personally. Looking at it from outside, I don't believe it because they're involved. Because listen, what do I always say? All they say from now on's no good. I don't believe anything they say. So I'm going to look at it as, no, I'm going to go back to what I think. I don't believe it. If it happens, it's a farce, but I'm going to say I'm not believing it. It's just another move for them to just drag it on and overlap somebody so they don't have to fight and to force somebody else into a fight. I think they've done it to force Joshua into a fight. And I just think drag everything on and over up as much money as they can and then fight when they're about 38. That's what I think is going. Now you could be looking at 2026 or something here, mate.
That's a shame. It's a shame for the fans, eh? Fans
got 3 mandatories now, hasn't it? He's got Dubai in August 26. Then what we're looking at then? April or March for Ergovic. So they'll try and say December. But the way Usyk fights, it might not be. Well, let's see if it was December, Ergovic. And then he's got the WBO one on his Zhang or Joyce.
Yeah.
So
that's tough. That's a tough fight.
End of 2024.
And probably, I might be wrong, but Usyk being a smaller guy, he might take a wee bit longer to recover from fights because he's taking more out of himself than a big, heavy guy. But I don't know.
He don't get eat though, does he?
No, he's super fit, isn't he? His training regime's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But no, I'm not having it. And like I said, it's farcical, isn't it? I mean, Frank Warren's saying there's a guy, Sanchez, and then nobody recognised him in the street. Well, nobody recognised him, Garner, would they?
No. I mean, who cares if they recognise him in the street? If it's a name and they qualify for the fight and they're legitimate contender, I mean...
You're going to fight him, Andy, or whatever.
Watch when Fury...
Got to go down the list, aren't they, Andy? They've got to go down the list. Do you want it? No, right. Number 1 don't want it. Right. Does number 2 want it? No. We keep... Number 7 wants it. highest rank. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what it tells you to do. That's what you have to do. That's the protocol. Go down the list. Leave your trail of emails to prove that. Have you gone down? Yeah, look, we've had replies up, and there you go. Not rocket science, mate. They haven't done that, have they? They've just said we're going to do a game change. Listen, the game changers. Usyk, 1999, last undisputed fight. Lennox Lewis Holyfield. We waited 24 years. Now it'll be next year, so a quarter of a century. That's the game changer. Not fucking Ngannou.
Nah, hopeless.
His first boxing fight. Is there just?
It's mental.
Am I not with program here or something? Am I like I've ever been kidnapped by aliens? Is there something happening here that I'm missing here? And we've got this lunatic Bricktop trying to defend this shite on TalkSport, and we've got Gareth A. Davis sat there like that when he had his own. You gad. At least Adam Castro got stuck into him. I'm team Adam Castro.
Gad filled his nappy, didn't he? He was just sitting there. Whoa,
fucking resign.
Could be somebody better in that chair than him.
Got Tourette's.
Yeah. Remember when Fury went out to fight Wilder, and Fury went down the street? Remember when Fury went to fight Wilder, and he went down the streets in America, and nobody knew who Wilder was?
Who did?
Fury was going about, I can't remember where it was, Los Angeles, asking people if they knew Deontay Wilder. Nobody knew him. The people he asked anyway.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let me just say this to you, right? Tyson does that all the time. If people had said, yeah, we know who Wilder is, they wouldn't have used that bit of footage, would they?
No, that's right.
But it's a bit like his father, isn't it? What his dad used to His dad used to run up Halliwell Road, didn't he, and get a phone out. And then, another 10 kilometres. He only ran from Sandwich Shop to Halliwell Road gym to gym. What's he doing in filming? He's only ran 100 yards. Another 10 mile, pop, bang. It's just, listen, you know, nobody can be compulsive liars like them. They've got to be taking piss out of people, haven't they? They've got to be laughing and doing it for their own personal buzz, because if not, they need to go and fucking speak to shrinks, don't they, for the constant. But money makes crazy things, doesn't it?
Just winding everybody up, and then they're sitting in the house pissing themselves laughing.
How did you go on at no kill?
Good, met the legend that is the Cobra. That was brilliant bumping into him. I'll be honest with you, I go to Knock Hill quite a bit, but I probably wouldn't have gone if I hadn't known he'd been there, because I was dying to meet him, because he's a big hero, And some people say never meet your heroes, but he didn't disappoint. Genuine guy, speaks sense. That's what I says to him. The thing I like about him is he tells the truth. You know, he tells it like it is. A straight shooter. And his wife said they all love you. You're popular with them. We all love Porky. They're a team Porky.
She's lovely, isn't she, Rachel?
Lovely, totally genuine people.
What bike were you on? A Ducati?
Ducati, yeah.
Did he wheelie it?
No, I never seen him doing any wheelies. I think there was some scary racers on the track when he was out, so it's probably quite daunting going out there on a bike, actually. Fair play to him.
How many laps did he do?
He might. Well, he certainly did. I've seen him do about half a dozen, probably. So he probably done more than that. He'd been out earlier, I think, before we got there. But then the weather was quite wet, and then he went back out later on. The weather fared up. It turned out to be a good day.
Who's Ducati? What it is, or theirs?
No, it was theirs. I think it was
Fogatters.
Ducati Scotland. I think they were putting the thing on. I think there's a dealership in Aberdeen and one in Dundee, so they were putting the event on, and so it was all Ducati's own bikes. And Fogarty was there. He was out in the race bike, flying.
He's nice, Did he have a Cobra?
He overtook everybody. I think he's a 4-time world superbike champion, isn't he?
You see, Carl's got an Honda on CBR 600RR. I'm surprised he didn't tell that.
He's got a Harley as well. He said a Harley Fat Boy or something. I think he said he had.
Norton, is it? I might have an Harley.
Harley Davidson, yeah.
He had a Norton a bit back.
Right. I used to have bikes years and years ago, but I don't have any anymore.
You had a good time then?
Oh yeah. Kids loved it as well, yeah. Had a good day. Had my grandson down there as well. He's mad about cars and bikes, as is my son, and my daughter as well. She was even enjoying watching the stunt riders there too. So there's plenty to do and plenty to see. But Good day had by all.
Yeah, yeah. I saw Jackie Stewart take a Triumph Stag round there, Knockhill.
All right.
He's from up your way, isn't he?
Did it overheat?
Like, you what, mate?
Did it overheat? Triumph Stags were famous for
yeah. Well,
overheating,
what they were, the Triumph Stag V8. There were 2 4-cylinders welded together, weren't
That's
they?
right. Aye.
Yeah,
It's,
that's why they used to overheat. But yeah, I don't know about that, like. But I know I watched it tonight. I haven't been to Knockhill. I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, Jackie Stewart's. I think he's from down the borders. Jackie Stewart originally. He's another legend, 3-time world champion. And back when it was real racing, wasn't it? Real cars and real danger.
Well, in them days, I don't know if you know, if you follow motor racing in the 70s, it was really the safety. Somebody were dying every weekend, weren't they?
Every week, yeah. I mean, he said he never thought it would happen to Jim Clark. Jim Clark got killed at Hockenheim, didn't he?
Well, look what happened to Nicky Lauda.
Oh, as well, savage, yeah, savage. But Jackie Stewart did a lot for the safety, didn't he? Jackie Stewart wasn't popular because the safety measures he was trying to get in place. They were calling him a coward and everything, but it's shocking. But he stuck to his guns.
If you watch that film with Steve McQueen, it's called Le Mans, right? That's a good.
Yeah.
But that were Le Mans were the safety aspects of that years ago. Well, but it's not now. Like, it's all really good.
No. There's a mega crash with a Mercedes. It was at 9:55 at the car went into the crowd. I think it was a French driver, and it was infernal. The car was made of magnesium, and a lot of the components were magnesium. It just burnt to a cinder. There's a lot of people killed. Mercedes pulled out of motor racing for years after that.
Yeah,
that's a good documentary to watch.
Brilliant. Right then. We spoke about Fury and Garno. We spoke about Big Jaw. That left off. I'm him.
He's going to sink Bricktop, and Bricktop must be having heart failure.
Bricktop will be having nightmares. Now, the Bricktop can't control them, you know. No. Trust me. You think Joshua's become a bit of a crybaby lately? He's having a go at anybody at media, and I'm hearing stories that certain people are being refused entry to speak to him and stuff like that, and he ain't got time to speak to this person and that person. It's just the select few now. Do you feel that he's getting a bit angry and a bit self-entitled?
Bit bitter, isn't he? And when he's resorting to personal insults with people, he's losing the argument straight away before he starts, isn't he?
Yeah.
So instead of taking criticism on the chin, he just seems to doesn't like it at all, does he?
No.
And if he doesn't get a white out of there in 6 rounds, that's what he needs to do. He needs to make a statement. It's probably the right fight to make a statement because he's familiar with White. But if White catches him in the whiskers early on, he'll put him back in his shell, won't he? He'll be like a hermit crab.
Yeah.
Battered round the ring, won't he?
I'm going to ask you something now, and I want you to give me a straight answer to this because we might finish off on this last question here. And it ain't the rumour that John Fury is going to do I'm a Celebrity and he wants between 250. He wants between 250 grand and £500,000. And you know what? I actually know somebody, right, who knows somebody who works in production, right, for a TV company, and they're saying he'd probably get it. I mean, that's how messed up it is. No, he says he'd probably get it. He says he'd probably get 250 to £500,000. Is he joking me?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Listen. So he's smarter than the average bear in it. No, in that one. I want to
finish
off on this. It's not that, right? Do you think that, and I'm not the first person who thinks this, right? Warrens and Earns, right? They put 12 fights on it last 12, 13 years, yeah? So they're not putting anything on, are they, right? They're going the separate ways. They're working with each other when they have to work with each other. Do you think it's always going to be like that? Right, since Eddie took over at Matchroom, and do you think Eddie's the problem?
I think it could be. I think George Warren's made some inroads from what you've heard. You know, you've actually heard Eddie Hearn saying he likes him and he's a good guy and he can do business with him. But the proof's in the pudding. We haven't seen any result there.
Well, 2.5 years ago, they were saying, I'm working with George Warren and things are great and that, but what have they done in 2.5 years?
Nothing's come to fruit, has it?
No, there's a lot of talking about John Ryder in a fight with one of their lot, and that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah. Proof's in the pudding. If it doesn't happen, and if it's talked about it for years and it's never come to fruit, but now you're probably right. It's probably never going to, is it?
It'll never happen.
Yeah. Believe it when we see it, eh?
Hey, you what, mate?
We'll believe it when we see it.
Well, we want to see AJ Joshua now anyway. Joshua's had what, 3 or 4 defeats now, has he? 3 defeats. And
Yeah,
he wouldn't he wouldn't be a favourite. He won't even be a 50-50 against Fury. So what will be point in even
nah,
putting it on anyway? They're not needed. So
nah,
that's probably why
no,
they're going to stay away from working with each other, because it'd be an easy win. That's going to be Joshua's last ever fight. And that fight
yeah,
will always be there. So they can over up as many
yeah,
as you want until that. Now, Fury's probably looking at, I need to over up as much as I can, because the Joshua fight's always there in the Usyk. Let Usyk
yeah,
get old, and Joshua, we can pick him off any time. Let's pick up
yeah,
now. There's no other money for Fury in boxing because he's done Wilder, hasn't he? So
yeah,
you can understand Fury's probably thinking, well, too risky to fight somebody for a lot less money. I might as well do other things to earn millions. And you can't knock them really, can you? But we're the
yeah,
candidates. But my argument is this: I ain't got a problem. Just hand the belt back.
yeah,
Let Wilder and Ruiz fight for it, and then let winner of that fight, winner of Usyk bar, and let us
yeah.
have one champion for the first time in a quarter of a century next summer. Why not?
Why don't the WBC make him what they did to Vitaly Klitschko? They made him as a champion
Oh
emirate or
yeah, they
something
could
like
do
that.
that. But listen, I'm a firm believer.
Uh,
You're not fighting for the belt. Hand it back. You
Hand it
can
back.
come back any time, because you
Yeah.
know they'd find a way for him back. He won't need to have a ranking. They just phone him up. Do you want to
No,
fight?
I was straight back. I think Vitaly came straight back. Didn't he? Remember did he injure himself and retired and he came straight back into top level fights, didn't he?
You should hand the
He was
belt
a
in.
yeah. And this WBC's at it, no declaring a mandatory, isn't it? I mean that's over a year now, isn't it? So White was his last mandatory, wasn't it? It used to be every year, didn't it? When Lennox Lewis was a champion. But
What about the Conor Benn situation? They said they had the verdict. We're going to give it as last week. Then it went end at week. Then they said Monday. Now Tuesday night, 9:45.
next week, and next week.
Well, this is what we've had since last July. Oh, we've got some
Aye,
next week, 270-page statement. Oh, we're on with it. We're on with it. We're on with it. Oh, we've got it for you. We've got it for you. We ain't got it for you. Beefy
it's
Smith's
going on too
on
long.
against Eubank. It's off. It's on. It's off. It's on. It's off. It's on
Aye,
every day. It's lies,
aye,
lies, lies, and more lies, and we're all going around in fucking circles. And I'm losing
yeah.
will to fucking live.
They shouldn't say anything unless they know, and that's it. And there needs to be a line drawn under this Conor Benn thing. Either ban him or do whatever. But I can see him getting a backdated ban. That's what's going to happen. You can see that happening.
What?
I can see him getting a backdated ban, but which is ban him from now.
You what?
They should ban him from now till whenever instead of this.
Well, Conor Benn's not fought now in 15 months.
There you go then.
He ain't got a date.
No.
He hasn't got a date moving forward, but old Big Mouth is saying that it's all sorted and he's getting off with that last week, but it's just lip service. I mean, these men say things just to get out. They're interviewed and they say something and it's classed as a quote. And then the very next day they come out and they say, well, that ain't happening now. The goalpost has changed. What can you do? And it's like they're just taking piss out as they can't answer a proper question. It's like politicians.
It's hanging about like a bad smell, This whole Conor Benn thing.
No, we're all hanging on hook, aren't we? Because we want boxing fights. Yeah. Stop talking about it. And if they only spoke about it when they made the fights, no fucker would be interested, wouldn't they? Because all we're talking about is fights that don't happen. We're lucky if we get 4 fights in a year out of 20,000 fighters in the whole world. We're lucky if we get 4 that we're happy with out of 20,000 fighters worldwide. 4 fights.
It's a shambles, You end up watching rubbish because there's nothing else.
Listen, you end up saying, oh, White Joshua. Whoa! Oh! White Joshua's on. Oh, wow. Well, we've had it in amateurs. Dylan White did been around 8 years ago as a pro, and now we've got a 3rd trilogy. So, there's no belt online, and pair of them are not in top 6. And it's pay-per-view.
That's a joke, Hope nobody buys it.
Because there's no else on. Come on.
Hope nobody buys it.
Listen, mate, we had a world champion and another world champion from Britain that had 6 belts between us, and they were both undefeated. And it's got away from us, hasn't it? It's got away from us, hasn't it? It's got whatever's happened between all of them. Pure greed and too many cooks which is a Dennis Hobson saying. Russell,
Yeah, spoil the broth.
spoil the broth. So what do you mean?
Yeah.
Look, too many people there. How can we deal with it? And Dennis used to be right. How can he speak to people when there's 6 or 7 people in a room? How can you keep that boxer and his manager and trainer happy when they've got 4 other people with them? And it'll be times 5 Joshua and Fury's entourages, won't it? And really, it should be both fighters, promoter and the TV person in a room, and that's your lot. Forget all these other people. Anthony, do you want to fight Tyson? Yeah. Tyson, do you want to fight Anthony? Yeah, but I want most money. I want to pick gloves and I'm coming out last. That's what you're up against with him. So no, it's never going to happen, is it? We started 13 and a half years ago, right? 13 and a half years ago. And we're still waiting for it. And you know what? We're here, aren't we now? We're here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same result whenever they fought, whether it was years ago or now. I think Fury's turns him in his head.
The fight's always going to be there, Andy, isn't it? It's always going to be there so they can pick as many crumbs up as they want. That fight's always going to be there. But is it? Because if they pick too many crumbs up and they piss the British public off, they'll go.
Turn against them, eh?
Why do we want to watch these fighting when they're pushing 40?
Despair.
You know.
But Pacquiao Mayweather, that's what it'll end up like.
What?
We like Pacquiao Mayweather, eh? It'll just end up like that.
Well, when we watched that, Manny Pacquiao were a favourite when they should have fought. And when he fought, he was a shell of a man, wasn't
he? Yeah, this wasn't there, was he?
He was a shell of a man. And you know what I mean?
5 years earlier, it would have been a good fight. That was a huge disappointment. Disappointing fight, that.
I don't think that Usyk will beat Tyson in 2 years because I think his legs could have gone.
Yeah, he's a kind of rhythm fighter, isn't he? And reflex.
He's got all the mandatories on he as well.
And he's doing well to fight the way he does, even at the age he's at, I suppose. But the next couple of years could be, like you say, could be a decline then. But it could be a decline in Fury as well.
Yeah,
Usyk's lived a life where Fury hasn't he? So that could probably help Usyk. I mean, Madame Klitschko lived a life, didn't he? So he managed to prolong his career probably a bit longer than some folk. Yeah. So
yeah. Well, we're going to see, aren't we? But I just want to see good fights, and we're not seeing them, mate. We're not.
It's not happening, eh?
No, we're not. It's not happening. Well, how are you? Other than that, are you all right?
All good.
Yeah. What fights you want to see? Spence, Errol, Crawford.
Yeah, I think Crawford's. I just tip with Crawford for that one. Watched him over the years. He's a legend, Crawford. I think.
He's a legend.
Spence had a bad car accident, didn't he? A few years back. Was that a couple of years ago? Was it? That might affect him if he's. Depending on how badly injured he was. Eh?
Ricky Burns gave him a good fight, Crawford.
Yeah, did that.
He won his best fight. Come on, hasn't he?
That was he took the title off Ricky Burns, didn't he?
Yeah, but really Beltran should have had it, shouldn't he? Ray Beltran.
Yeah.
You were wrong.
Yeah, he was robbed, right. Give him that.
I mean, that's what happens when you've got no people that look after you. You're vulnerable when you go to another country.
That's right. Yeah.
Coming to your little island up there.
Yeah, Jack Carter will verify that, won't he?
Yeah. Come here.
It's like Jermaine Franklin's the same, isn't he?
Out. Well, get out. Barking. You what, mate?
Jermaine Franklin suffered the same fate when he fought White, didn't he?
Yeah. Listen, mate, that could have gone either way, Dylan White and him,
I thought he won it by about 2 or 3 rounds. Franklin, for me, I thought.
A lot of people did, but they say, it could have gone either way. Look, you've got Eddie Hearn there putting the narrative out to all the YouTubers, and before you know where you are, it's folklore that Dylan White won. That's
it.
Drowning everybody out. Except me! Pop back. I can't be bought.
Not for sale. That's it.
Well, I don't need no, do I? I'm happy.
Aye, that's all you need. That's all you need in life, happiness.
I'm going to die one day, mate. I'm 53 if I get to 70. I'm ahead of the game. 17 years
Good
to go,
man.
kid, and I'm happy then. I'll be
17
happy.
years.
17
you'll be
Easter
fine.
eggs.
Just keep eating healthy.
I try my best, mate. I train every day now. I'm doing weights now. It's only been 2 weeks.
My young
Very
lads try to
light,
get me
though.
to do
Very
weights.
light. Very light.
That's what my young lads try to get me to go to the gym with. I just swim. I just generally swim, but he's wanting me to go to the gym with him and do some weights. Weights is good for you when you get older. It's good for bone density and that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Apparently.
that's what I've been told. I don't go heavy like that. I'm not as strong as I were when I'm 25. Probably half as strong. But I enjoy it more. And you know what? You're knackered quicker, aren't you, at our age? How old are you, Andy?
51.
Yeah, you're 51, yeah.
51, so I'm an old grandad, me, like.
Do you drink, Andy?
Occasionally, not as much as I used to, but I'll have a drink.
I'm a Kearns export.
Tartan special. No, I don't drink beer. I just drink vodka.
Vodka. I don't drink beer. I just drink vodka. Do you like Grey Goose?
Good vodka like that. That's good vodka.
What is it?
Polish vodka called Krupnik. That's nice. Grey Goose is nice, yeah, but it's quite expensive.
Cobra's into that Grey Goose. It's not like.
See into that. There's
I'm a Guinness man. Oh.
Guinness.
Well, where's that? Is it Tavern or something?
That's that's Andy's Cavern.
Andy's Tavern. What's that? Whiskey?
No, that's all vodka, is that? I do have whiskey as well. There's some cider there as well. Old Rosie.
Well,
you some cider. There is a bit of drinking culture up here. I used to drink a lot when I was single, probably 20 years ago.
There's a lot of Scottish people live where I live, you know. They all came down and went after World War II, you know, to help out with pits.
That's Doncaster is Scottish,
yeah,
isn't it?
When they came here, drank the village dry. It's a true story. They had to get extra barrels in. They don't like it.
Did you see that thing I sent you about Bonnie Donny?
Yeah, you reckon somebody? Yeah, you said. Are you telling me a story or something that Scotland used to own Doncaster or something?
Yeah, I can't remember what the king's name was. It was on that video I sent you. The king gifted Doncaster to Scotland or something like that. I think that was the story. So, so you're an honorary Scotsman. You're like Martin Bacauley.
It's coming my local and start shouting that about, mate. You get done in. I'm joking, mate. Honestly, joke about things like that.
Wild. I don't go out very often. I just drink in my shed.
Listen, mate, it's cheap. Hey, listen, mate. I went out a few weeks ago. I had 4 pints, and it was £4.40 a pint of Guinness with life. And I thought to myself, do you know what? It's £4 in it for 4 cans in Asda, or 5.
That's it.
A bit of blackcurrant in the fridge. What am I doing here? It's 4 times price, isn't it?
That's it. And if
to sit down on the phone anyway.
If you're in the shed, there's nobody going to annoy you because whoever's in here is somebody you've invited. You don't invite people you don't like.
I know. Wait, listen, Andy. I'm going to get off. We've had a good chat, haven't we?
Yeah, enjoyed that.
We'll do another one this week, but we've had a bit of a laugh, haven't we? I just wanted to get your opinion on it all at the moment. The goings on. I'm trying to think of thumbnail I'm going to put out here now. Should we stick one of John Fury on as Tarzan?
Could do, right? Or a big pirate. You use the pirate. It's a pirate one as well. Have you used that Long John Fury?
No, we've used that one, haven't we? Used that one. Yes, I've got a few left. I don't know whether to use the Bobmobile one.
The Bobmobile.
The Bobmobile. Oh, the Tarzan. We'll use the Tarzan John Fury one, I think.
Use the Tarzan one, I just
looks like Tarzan, fights like Jane. Pop, pop, bang.
When an idea comes into my head, I've just got to make something.
All right, well, listen, you keep them thumbnails coming, Andy. You take care.
Good man, take care.
I'll see you again.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And leave a comment. And thank you very much to all them people for sharing the videos, because in the last couple of days it's been shared loads. So thank you very much. Got my heart here. Finally getting through to you all at last.
That's it.